All righty, welcome in to Slaughterhouse Sports. Texas A&M. Texas A&M making incredible inroads, guys, with Mike Elko, and this wide receiver room is absolutely loaded. Marcel Reed, decent quarterback, but, having a little bit of trouble throwing the ball, but he's still very young, and I believe that if you stick with Marcel Reed, you give him this whole year offseason with Colin Klein, I believe Colin Klein can work with a mobile quarterback. So, I know that Texas A&M really wanted Hassan Longstreet. They end up with Brady Hart as their, backup quarterback, but also a sneaky, really good transfer portal signing is Jacob Zeno. Jacob Zeno from San Antonio. He started at Baylor, and I thought that he was a decent player at Baylor. Didn't play a lot, lost the job to Gary Bohannon. He's been in college a while, Jacob Zeno. Then Jacob went to UAB, Alabama Birmingham, with Trent Dilfer and Alex Mortensen, the son of Trent Mortensen, or the guy that basically of course Mort that did college football with Clayton and Mortensen. So anyhow, Zeno is a really good option at quarterback, even as a backup quarterback if Marcel Reed, if the inaccuracies continue. But this wide receiver room is crazy. I mean, Jerome Myles is a 5-star that gets compared to Rome Odunze. He can really, really track the football. To me, he kind of reminds me of like a Torrey Smith, but he's a bigger wide receiver. He can be an immediate player. He's a 5-star talent out of Draper, Utah. He's a wide receiver. You have Micah Hudson, that is a former 5-star, that comes from Lubbock, that comes from Texas Tech, that comes from Temple, Texas. They have him on their roster. They have Terry Bussey, who's a 5-star, who did everything when he played high school football. He would play quarterback. He was like Travis Hunter, light. All right, and I love Terry Bussey. One of the great stories, nicest kid ever from a small town in Louisiana, I want to say, or right near the border of Louisiana and Texas. So Terry Bussey is awesome, and Terry Bussey is already contributing as a slot receiver. He's a 5-star. All right. And now you have Mario Craver, and Mario Craver is an absolute speedster talent. Okay, so you have great quarterback play. You still have unbelievable defense. You're still a top 7 recruiting outfit. And Mike Elko knows defense. And Colin Klein, I believe Colin Klein's a really good coordinator. And this year, you went out there, you beat LSU. You smashed Missouri with Connor Weigman as your quarterback. You had a lot of big wins. I believe that they beat Vanderbilt. They were in it till the end. Like, they lost to Texas, they lost to South Carolina, on the road, and then they lost to Notre Dame. Don't believe that they played Alabama, but they beat LSU, and they lost to Auburn as well in that process. Lost to Auburn, a tough game there on the Plains. But for the first year, going 8-4, but now second year, you could think national championship. I mean, the wide receiver, the offensive talent that Texas A&M is going to have combined with their defense, they have like literally 4 5-star wide receivers that are on the roster. So Texas A&M, I mean, I know that we could say the same thing with Jimbo, but they actually now have lineman talent. They actually have wide receiver talent. They have quarterback talent. And their defense is now led by a defensive head coach. Like, they're literally going to be favored to probably win the SEC next year. Okay, I believe that, and this is insane. This is Texas A&M, who's never really won anything of unbelievable significance, but they're finally putting it together, and they're nailing it out here on the recruiting market. They're still not done. I mean, they add Micah Hudson, who's a 5-star. Jerome Myles is a 5-star. Mario Craver's a great, really productive slot. Terry Bussey's fantastic. Who knows if Noah Rogers is going to the draft? You still could get him back in the fold. They're going after the USC people that USC just went out there and lost. I mean, A&M is owning USC right now. Absolutely owning USC. A&M is like the new USC for offense, but with a defensive style head coach in Mike Elko. I mean, if you're going to buy stock in anything right now, if you're asleep at the wheel this transfer portal season, A&M's the big winner. Buy stock in Texas A&M.